Hello, right, quick review of the Dspiae or Dspiae or Dspiae, however you pronounce it, mini vacuum, cordless vacuum. So I do a bit of modelling. I've got my modelling desk here. It comes in this quite nice box, and then inside that box you've got two smaller boxes. The main vacuum comes in this box, and the tools that you get come in this little box. It takes about 4 hours to charge up. It's got a USB-C slot there, and it does come with a USB lead. Not very long lead, it's about 1 metre, but it's long enough for the job. Like I say, it takes 4 hours to charge up. It's got 2 speeds. When you switch it on, you got speed 1 or slow, and then you press it again and it's got a faster, more powerful speed. The head comes off. To get the head off, you twist it and then pull it out, and there is a little filter in here which does come out. It's a bit tight, but it does come out. I've already used it just to test it. There's a few bits coming out of it there. We'll hoover them back up in a minute. And obviously it's easy to clean. You can wash this filter. Apparently just wash it in water and then obviously make sure it's dry before you put it back in, and then it just pushes back in, so it's inside there, and then again you just push it in and twist it till it clicks and it's back in. And then you've got a little nozzle there which obviously you can hoover things up, but as I say, it comes with tools. So you've got a little brush head tool, and again I've already used it, so we'll pick those few bits up. And then it also comes with an extendable nozzle, so you can just use the brush on its own. You can just use the nozzle on its own, or you can actually have the extended nozzle with the brush in it, which is what I tend to use. To operate it, you've got a on-off button here. You press and hold, and it comes on. There you go. That's the slowest speed. Let's move it away. That's the slowest speed. And you press it again, it goes on to the faster speed. And then you press and hold to turn it off. What I'm going to do is just put the brush on, and these just push in. They don't click or twist or anything, they just simply push in. Now what you've also got on the back of your hoover, you've got the vent, so basically that's blowing air out. So what you can do, if you've, I mean, I've got a little desk with a computer and a keyboard next to my modelling desk, and if you wanted to blow dust off a keyboard or something like that, then basically you put this flexible nozzle in the end where the vacuum exhausts, and then you've got a blower. You can actually use this to blow stuff around. I'll give it a go. Yeah, so I didn't know if you could see that, but it blew all the dust straight around my desk. So I'm going to have a quick hoover. So that is pretty effective. What I'm also going to do is just, I've got some static grass here, so I'm just going to put some static grass down, and we'll just see how we get on with that, just so it's more visual. So hopefully you can see the static grass. I'm going to put quite a bit down. So obviously you can see I've got quite a lot of static grass there now. I'm going to turn it on, and then we'll see how quickly we can hoover that up. So literally that's now gone, and it's inside here. So if I take that off, so maybe you can see it's all inside here. Probably the only criticism I'd have with this vacuum is it's got a very small reservoir for where the dust and that's kept, so it won't take much to fill this up. It's a bit like Dyson's. I mean, I went from a sort of normal Hoover vacuum years ago, which had the big cylinder in it, and then I went to a Dyson, which was only about a quarter the size. So you end up emptying the Hoover a lot more often, and that's what's going to happen with this. But I'm only going to use it for my modelling desk, so it's only going to be bits of debris and stuff on my modelling desk. So there's not going to be a lot, to be honest. So although it is probably a bit of a pain to have such a small reservoir, because of the small amount of dust and that it's going to be picking up, I don't really see that it's going to be a problem. What I will do is I'll put some of this static grass on my carpet, because I've got a carpet underneath, because hoovering up off a smooth surface is very easy, but obviously off of carpet it's a little bit harder. So I'm going to bring the camera down just to under my desk. I'm going to sprinkle some static grass. Typically you can't really see that, I don't think, but we'll have a look. Oh, actually no, it does show up. You can see it there. And let's give that a go. To be honest, that's picked it up quite well, better than I thought actually. I'm just going to put the brush on, just go over it. It has picked it all up. I'm just going to make sure none of the static grass has gone into the pile of the carpet, so I'm going to use the brush on the end. Yep, that picks it up. I'm gonna run my hand to see if I can see any static grass on my hand, and actually I can't see any. So it has actually picked it up. So it's done a pretty good job there. It's picked up all the static grass, and there was a few other bits. There was actually a few bits of paper and bits of plastic, which it did pick up as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Weight wise, it's what would I compare that to? It's I mean, I don't know how much it weighs, but it's less than a bag of sugar. I'd say probably maybe a pound, something like that. It's certainly not heavy at all. The shape is slightly questionable, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, like I say, you could just use it without nozzles, but it seems to do the job quite well. I think I'm going to keep it with the extended nozzle and the brush on it, because that seems to do the best job. And the other thing is, I've only used this on the first setting. I haven't actually used it on the high setting, so obviously it would be a bit better on a high setting. So yeah, I think it's a good bit of kit. I mean, I looked online at sort of various hobby, you know, model craft mini desk vacuum hoovers, and they varied. You know, some of them were like ridiculous prices, like 150 quid, but a lot of them were sort of 70, 80, 90 quid. I think Bosch did one was about 70, 80 quid, but this one was 39 quid. I think it was just a smidge under 40 quid. Yeah, so far I'm impressed. I mean, I haven't charged it yet. Literally, it came with a charge already. I mean, they recommend that if you don't use it for 3 months to give it a charge, just to maintain the battery. It's got a lithium-ion battery. The other thing is the length of use. They reckon if you use it on the lowest setting, you'll get 30 minutes use. And if you put it on the high power setting, then you'll get about 15 minutes use. So I don't imagine that I'm ever going to need it on the high power setting. So I'm probably just going to keep it on the low setting. In 30 minutes, you know, if you have a quick hoover up, you know, once every couple of days, it's only literally going to take you a minute. You know, my desk isn't very big. You know, that's the entirety of my desk. It's basically 2 A3 size cutting boards and a bit at the back. And in fact, that's where I bought it from. There's John's coaster from the Scale model shop, and that's actually where I bought this from. Like I say, just under a smidge under 40 quid. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. We'll see how we get on. You know, obviously I'm expecting it to last a reasonable amount of time and not break down. But for what I need it for, just for keeping the desk tidy and around the desk where I do drop the odd few bits on the floor, it seems to be a good bit of kit. I'm happy with it. So there you go. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye.